somewhere the biggest risk was the budget and the VFX.
Only till that point the character was fresh. After that, he about the posters of Hanuman, countdown posters mainly. So they were such a great creating a hype post for the audience. I was a little disappointed from his previous ventures. Still, I was excited for Hanuman, which is a big thing. Even if you know that though his films aren't working for me, but you still want to watch his next film.
Good marketing.
Yeah, but still, I was disappointed in this film as well.
So, what was the major disappointment aspect?
I'll go from the start, wherein a very interesting villain was teased into the film, and even the guy fit the bill. The reason for him turning, even I used to have that thought, like, can a person not become a superhero without a trauma? Like, if nothing bad goes in his life, can he not be a hero without it? And that idea was discussed, and villain was born out of it, which felt really great. Like, it was a very fresh idea. For me, it was a very fresh idea, and how he dealt it. But only till that point, the character was fresh. After that, he brought the character back into the form of our commercial villain.
Stereotypical.
Yeah, proper stereotypical villain. Forcefully dragged him into it.
The whole movie is quite superhero stereotypical film, because I feel somewhere the biggest risk was the budget and the VFX they did on certain budget, right? That's where the majority of the film's risk was taken, and they played it safe with the story aspect and writing aspect. So the only gripe with the film is the VFX is good, everything is good, but then they should have taken more risk when it came to the story, or like how it was progressing. Like the writing aspect of the movie was quite underwhelming.
See, a little bit of Prasanth Varma's reason behind taking such a safe route, which I can understand, is because it is a religious topic, and you can't go very far, and you can't portray a very problematic things without offending a large chunk of our population,
Yeah,
which I respect in a certain way. But still, he could have treated the villain differently, because villain character is not something that people would get offended. He's supposed to be bad. He's supposed to be doing bad things. And you could have made him a little bit human, because you started with a human angle. You could have made him human in a way like they did with Minnal Murli. There was no point in the film where they were equally powerful. The film would only make a great conflict if they had equal powers at the end, and still the good prevails. So that would make an interesting conflict, that which was missing in the film. But there were a lot of scenes that were really fresh in the film, like a few fight scenes in the first half, him talking about Telugu superstars, and everything, which piqued my interest. I was like, yeah, this is a fun film, like this is going in a good direction. But only until the second half, because in the first half he was playing with his powers, with the new things that he has found. Even Prasanth Varma was playing with his writing in the first half. But after the second half, wherein the villain is introduced and his goals are shown, he falls into the template and he does the thing according to what the plot progresses, and he aids to the plot only and not to the characters. Before that, he was aiding to the characters, which was very interesting.
Yeah, that's what I meant, like when I said risk, right? Like the first half was quite fun, to be honest. Like the start, as you said, like the way the villain is introduced is kind of funny. I mean, it's dark. Like the start is quite dark, like dark comedy feel, right? He just kills his parents.
Yeah.
Like you won't expect something from a movie like this, right? But then after that high start, like it peaked right there. I felt, but after that, then there's nothing going like matching that peak, except for those like the actor sequences, like the way he mimics, right? And then what felt quite wrong was dumping down the villain, like in the second half. Like in the first half, he's supposed to be the strongest, smartest, and then what happens in the second half is quite contrasting. And that's a very bad thing with the superhero movies that we have seen or like have been made. And he could have worked on that. As you said, like the power dynamics were always skewed. No one, like never they were equal, right? And also, even after knowing that he's not powerful at night, his only source is sun, But in the end, he attacks him in the morning only. And I mean, why? I mean, yeah, and then the sacrifice of loved one, the usual.
That was a very interesting, great female character in the film, which could have been used better. But you did wrong to her.
That was
in
just
the
a
film.
cop out, another cop out, like to get that
But
emotional feel.
but your point was right. Like none of the one action sequence happens at night, but none of the major one where it is lethal to the hero, which should happen during the night because magical powers that he's getting from won't work at night.
So I know I said that, but then I think somewhere that sequence with Samudrakani, it's actually clever. But also it downs down the villain a lot. Yeah, it's clever because it kind of puts the seed like कि मतलब मैं रात को भी अटैक नहीं कर सकता. He is even powerful at night, right? वो seed को put करेगा villain में, right? That's what the seed meant. But then again, if you have tried 2 times in the morning attacking him, then try 2 times also in the night, right? But then yeah, it's kind of clever also, but then that doesn't feel right. Like the last sequence also happens in the morning, right? So pata nahi, I don't know, I'm conflicted right there, but then it worked.
Would it be me going far when I say it reminded me of Anji?
No, obviously not.
Because the scene of him falling into the water and then him discovering the money giving him the powers and everything, and that being related to a Hindu god, all of these felt like I have seen this before.
But wait, the way the setup tha, like the money setup, the way it was shown in the credits, I really loved that. Like that was something new, and I felt, wow, I'm in for something new and something special.
Yeah, the animation was crazy,
yeah,
man.
crazy.
Like I watched it, I was like, wow, like did all the budget go in this one? Because it was that good.
I mean, that was kind of new, right?
Yeah.
Start credits where you're kind of progressing the story a bit, like, and setting up quite a lot.
Like it has been happening. It was in Kartikeya too. It was in Kantara. But
You don't see it often. That's what I'm saying. And if you have seen that, then you know you are about to see something new.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're watching something special or something new that is going to happen right now. But then it fizzles out as the story progresses.
See, what was my problem with the last shot wherein the huge Hanu-man comes? So if you wouldn't have showed it in the trailer, it would have created a much high when you're watching the theater. Because
the same goes with Capital Villain.
Yeah, because I knew how Lord Hanuman would look in the movie because I've seen it in the trailer and from where he would come. If you had just shown the eyes in the cave without showing who is in it, you have shown what would come out of eyes only in the theater. If you had kept it hidden, that would have created a much greater experience.
Lot more impact.
Yeah, because that was a great scene just because I was familiar. Yeah, this would happen. I'm supposed to know that Hanuman would come from here. That didn't create much of a high impact. Yeah, because of that.
Irrespective of we have seen him or not, we were expecting like Hanuman hi aane wala hai. There was no one knew who was supposed to come. Like wahan pe the way he sprinkled in some like Easter eggs, like he's like immortals ko hilane wale those Ashwatthama, Parashuram. I think that was quite clever for setting up the next parts. But then nahi, okay hi tha movie, like nothing to be amazed of. वैसा नहीं था कुछ movie. It was quite basic, and also the way it starts and the way it fizzles out now. Template-ish.
Which he agrees, I guess. Prasanth Varma agrees that it is a template film. I think he has done a great film in whatever budget he had.
Yep. That I have
for that.
VFX,
kudos to him.
The Ravi Teja monkey character, highlight. That was highlight.
It reminded me of the cycle character from Maryada Ramanna.
Also the goldfish.
Yeah, from Awe. Yeah.
I think he has a knack of creating those characters.
Voiceover.
All in all, a decent watch. Nothing too great, nothing too bad. It was an okay film.
Okay film, yeah. It didn't disappoint me that much. It was like a good breezy film that I didn't mind watching. Didn't mind. It was a paisa vasool. Yeah.
That's going too far, but yeah, it's a decent one-time watch, I feel. As you have said earlier, right? It's a mythological film, right? And also he anything a bit to the left or bit to the right,
Can
there would have
offend,
been
yeah.
there would have been too many
But
consequences.
now that Dev Patel is making Monkey Man, I look forward to it. What he would do? How far would he go?
I'm way too excited for it.
Speaking about the releases that happened alongside Hanu-man, there was a Hindi Tamil release which was Merry Christmas. Let's talk about that.